Hey everyone, and welcome to this explainer. I am absolutely thrilled to have you with us today. We're going to uncover some serious, heavy-hitting engineering that is hiding right beneath the cute exterior of one of the world's most famous city cars. If you think you know the Fiat 500e just by glancing at it, well, prepare to be completely surprised. We all know that unmistakable, iconic Italian style, right? It's the absolute symbol of Italianness on the road. You've got the friendly face, the perfectly proportioned curves, all that retro charm. And yeah, we know no competitor can even touch this aesthetic. But I want to challenge you right out of the gate here. Is there more to this vehicle than just a pretty face? What actually happens when we look past the surface? Okay, let's dive into this. First, we'll go beyond the icon, explore its dedicated electric platform, look at how it masters the cold weather, check out the next level tech, and then wrap up with our final verdict.
Part 1. Beyond the Italian icon.
So when people see a small, stylish city car, they usually make some pretty quick assumptions about what's underneath. We tend to think, small car, simple tech, you know? The common perception is that this is just a basic, retrofitted retro car. But the reality is completely different. This is a highly engineered, dedicated 350 to 400-volt EV platform. When you compare it to ultra-economic rival microcars, like, say, the Dacia Spring or the base Renault Twingo, the 500e is literally in a league of its own. It's using a high-level Stellantis inverter and DC-DC converter. Basically, it's not built like a microcar, it is built with componentry of a real car engineered specifically from the ground up to be electric.
Section 2. A dedicated electric platform. Now, what's really interesting about these numbers is that because it was designed strictly as an EV from day one, it doesn't suffer from any of those awkward gas car conversion compromises. It has some surprisingly robust hardware for its size. We're talking a permanent magnet electric motor pushing 87 kilowatts, so 118 horsepower, and 220 newton meters of peak torque. But the real star of the show is the 42 kilowatt-hour lithium-ion battery. That capacity gives it an impressive 320 kilometers of driving range on the WLTP cycle. I mean, these specs give this tiny city car the DNA and the legs of a much larger, way more expensive vehicle.
Part 3. Mastering the cold leather.
Now, having a big battery is really only half the battle. Let's talk about a universal flaw that plagues almost all EVs. Why do they lose up to 45% of their range when the temperature drops below -10 degrees Celsius? Well, the answer comes down to cabin heating. Traditional EVs usually rely on purely resistive heating. Think of it like running a giant high-powered hairdryer to warm the cabin. It works, for sure, but it creates this massive auxiliary electrical load that just completely drains the battery, killing your driving range right when you need it the most.
Enter the brilliant engineering solution tucked away in the 500e, which was actually analyzed in detail by the National Renewable Energy Laboratory. It's called UTempera, Unified Thermal Management System. This is not just some basic heater. It is a highly complex integrated semi-hermetic refrigeration loop paired with a coolant network. And to make this whole thing work without hogging all the underhood space, engineers developed a novel multimode flow controller, or MMFC. This controller dynamically directs hot and cold coolant streams to exactly where they're needed, seamlessly managing the thermal state of the entire car.
So what does this complex system actually do in practice? Well, UTempera has three main jobs. First, it perfectly heats or cools the traction components, so the battery and motor, keeping them right in their ideal temperature window. Second, it handles heating and cooling the cabin so you stay comfortable. But the third function? That is the real game changer: waste energy harvesting. The system actually captures waste heat produced by the power electronics and motor, heat that would normally just vent out into the air, and recycles it through the coolant loop to heat the cabin. By reusing that waste energy, it saves your precious battery power. And this brilliantly illustrates the real-world impact of all that engineering. Look at the modeling data at -10 degrees Celsius. An original EV setup would give you about 73.1 miles of range. But the Fiat 500e, utilizing that UTempera system, gets 86.8 miles. That thermal engineering tangibly adds almost 14 extra miles of range in freezing weather. It absolutely proves this car isn't just about looking good. It is solving real-world EV problems with some seriously sophisticated thermodynamics.
Section 4. Next level city car tech.
So, zooming back out from the microscopic thermodynamics, how does all this underlying engineering actually translate to your daily convenience? Well, 35 minutes. That is the exact amount of time it takes to get your battery from 0 to an 80% charge. Because of the car's 85 kilowatt DC fast charging capability, using a standard CCS Combo 2 smart port, you can literally pull over, grab a quick coffee, and get 50 kilometers of range in just 5 minutes, or a near full battery in 35. Having this level of fast charging in a city car is a massive advantage.
And hey, the high-end tech doesn't stop at the battery. The 500e is absolutely packed with premium features that perfectly match that advanced powertrain. We're talking Level 2 autonomous driving, with lane centering and traffic jam assist. You've got 360-degree parking sensors and a blind spot monitor. Inside, there's a crisp 10.25-inch infotainment screen with wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Plus, brilliantly tying into the whole EV ethos, you can get a sustainable interior made from reclaimed ocean plastics. It really is a no-compromise technology suite.
Section 5. The final verdict. We've definitely covered a lot of ground today, from high-voltage platforms to advanced heat pumps and autonomous driving tech. Let's bring all this together. This vehicle outclasses its rivals because it seamlessly marries that undeniably iconic Italian aesthetic with deeply engineered real-world solutions. Yes, it is the ultimate symbol of Italianness on the road, but it has something extra compared to its rivals that no competitor can match. It gives you the style of a legendary classic, backed up by the substance to conquer range anxiety and cold weather.
Which leaves us with a pretty fascinating question to ponder. Does true modern Italian automotive luxury just mean beautiful style, or is it actually the hidden, cutting-edge engineering that powers it? I'd argue, in the case of the 500e, it is the perfect blend of both. Thank you so much for tuning in and exploring this with me today. I really hope you're walking away with a brand new appreciation for what's hiding beneath the surface of this incredible car. Thank you for listening,